BJ, for you guys, finally get home a few times, you get the 4 sacks, a few QB hits. Just something that you were seeing in their offensive line, or just maybe a little more of getting a push? And you obviously had the big one on in the first quarter on Bourget.
I think just had a really good game plan this week. We knew what they did well and what they didn't do well. A lot of good communication up front, and honestly, just trusting the guys around us. On that first one, like I said, was just trusting my key, knowing that, I just got to keep running in a straight line. Hopefully, they don't pick me up, and that was the result. And then obviously, our guys swarming the ball. I think it was a safety, but we'll let that be decided. But it was awesome to see everybody out there basically just have their best game. Everyone was rushing very aggressively, and obviously we saw the stats.
For you don't know anything but bowl games since you've been here. The COVID year notwithstanding, just to get back there and get those extra practices, and for you personally, you've seen what it does for you as a young player. I mean, how much do you think it's going to benefit some of the young guys, especially in the edge room right now?
I think it's huge. It's extra practices at the end of the year that not every team gets. It's a lot more live reps with them with like added time to rest because we're not necessarily having a game every week. So it's huge. And also for the seniors, I mean, these guys have poured their heart and soul into this program, and we respect every single one of those guys for the legacy they've left behind. And so just to be able to honor that and keep it moving forward, I think, 8 years now straight? 7 years straight now? We'll make it 8. But, it's just awesome to see those guys be able to get that 13th game and, just keep pushing forward.
55 minutes, they really can't get anything going offensively. They do get some juice those last couple drives. What do you think kind of changed to let them, bring it back within 10 points and score on those last couple in the last 5 minends?
I think they had a good game plan at the very end, and there's some lapses in our, our assignments and whatnot that led up some big plays. But, at the end of the day, as a defense, we want to make sure we can shut these guys out. We can shut down any team. And so at the very end there, we don't want to have those leaky plays. Obviously, they got them, and fair play to them. Made it close to the very end. That's what they've been doing all year. They've been keeping tight games. But, the last 5 minutes, we just got to have our execution at an all-time high right there because that's the most important time of the game.
Generally speaking, in terms of your defense and forcing, 7 punts and a takeaway on their first 8 drives, what do you think it was that you guys were doing to get them out of their flow early?
I think it was just how we had a great week of preparation this week. In practice, we, were very clean on our reads and our run fits and in the pass game as well. And then obviously we had a really good Wednesday pass rush-wise. So I think it just translated really well into the game. We had good rotation. A lot of guys were fresh out there. The weather didn't affect us because we practiced in it. And so that just kind of showed up out there on the field today. Like I said, we want to finish better, obviously, and we're going to emphasize that this week for sure. But, it was just a lot of execution on our ends, and that was from the preparation earlier in the week.
They switched in the second quarter from Trenton Burgett to Emory Jones, and he was running around a little bit more, and obviously they used him more of the game. What was the adjustment like for you guys, if there was one, and obviously him being more of a mobile quarterback, what was that like for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, both quarterbacks, like I said, are great players. They each do what they do well. We knew that the second quarterback that came in, we knew Emory was a better runner, so we had to make sure we had our fits differently for that, knowing he could definitely pull the ball, and he can be electric in that case coming from Florida. But Trenton, like I said, he's a good young player, and he makes some great throws, and he's very comfortable back in the pocket. Obviously wanted to get him uncomfortable, like I said, the first hit of the game, to make sure that he's kind of antsy back there. But both guys are going to be great and whatnot. But, it was just making sure we knew who was in and what they did well and how we could stop that.
Oh, hey, Grant.
How are you? Good to see you.
Brennan, all season long, the defense has been playing great, but then here over the past 2 weeks, we've really seen the turnovers that we saw last season return. Does that help give you guys kind of an extra spark this deep into the season?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our main emphasis every week. We always emphasize turn the ball over and getting, punches, trips at the ball. And honestly, it's just to give our offense more touches. They're electric when they have the ball, and it's nice to see them out there and have more and more possession each game. It's a big emphasis every single week is punch the ball, get it out, picks. Like I said, Shaw with a great one. It was just that's the main emphasis we have each week. Every practice we try and leave with 10 plus trip attempts and at least 3 takeaways. So we just hope that always shows up in the game.
The defense starts strong. They make some kind of splash play on the opponent's first drive. For you today, it was the sack. How much do you guys focus on really starting strong, really setting the tone?
No, every single day it's start fast. Every day we go against the offense in the beginning, 5 straight plays, going fast, tempo, is because it's so important to get up to an early edge in the beginning of the game, get the momentum on your side. And so, that's an emphasis even late into the season we have to do is make sure we start fast and are aggressive because a lot of teams, especially coming up here in the cold weather, it's like once that first blow hits, it's really hard to get back up from that and stay up. So we just want to jump on them fast and keep the pressure on.
Given the 3-game losing streak that you guys had before Stanford, coaches obviously his message was stay the course. What does it say about this group, the resolve the last 2 weeks?
It's been amazing. The locker room's never wavered from his direction. We all knew that the goal that we wanted was still there, and it was just tacking each day. I think our culture now is just really defined in loving one another and knowing that the guy next to you is going to do his job every single time, regardless of the situation. And so even with 3 losses down, we knew we were still focused on one thing, and that was coming out each day and getting 1% better. And like I said, now we on a 2-game win streak want to keep it going, but it's like I said, we tack it 1-0 each week.
Yeah, Brennan. So this is late in your college career. You're going to another bowl game. What does it mean to you personally, and how excited are you just to keep going on?
I think it's fantastic because every single team's a new team, and so just having an extra game with these guys, my brothers, another year or this year is it's a phenomenal feeling. You make so many connections in a football locker room, and not everyone's going to be around every single year you're here, but being able to now get an extra 10, 15 practices or just 10, 15 days with these guys and really connect. It's all you want in a team. You want guys that you want to be around, and you don't want that to kind of go.